Hi everybody, today I'm here with Elvin, Leon, Brito, Bareknuckle FC. What's up? How are you?
Good. Just I was getting a little rest, getting ready to do my evening session, So ready to get some work in.
Right now you are in Puerto Rico, it's right?
Yeah.
How is the situation over there?
I mean, we're doing the same thing everywhere. We're just dealing with lockdowns and a lot of restrictions on movement like that. Everybody has to wear masks. Everybody's wearing masks. Other than that, I mean, people get along pretty good. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of deaths out here from it, but I mean, the lockdowns are why pretty much everywhere.
Do you need to use the mask to go out, Elvin?
You have to use it to get in the store. Yeah.
Okay. How did it started your passion for the combat sports?
What's up?
How did it started your passion for the combat sports?
How did I start fighting?
Yeah.
I started when I was a kid. I started with boxing. And then when I moved as a young adult, I moved to Joliet, Illinois. And then I started doing mixed martial arts there, and now I've been fighting mixed martial arts for a long time. Then I got an opportunity to do Bareknuckle. I thought it was pretty interesting. So when I hadn't tried it, I fell in love with it. So that's what I've been doing. It's something that I like doing. I like the sport. I just like the dynamics of it. It's a little bit different than any other sport,
Elvin, I know your nickname is Bandito. How was it born?
Oh, it's just because I always come and give a good show, So I was fighting like we're trying to steal the show. So it was. I got a lot of fight of the nights, and if you look at my fights, I don't have any fights, So it kind of goes with it. I just went along with it. It was dubbed, so and nobody should ever give themselves their own nickname. So that one just happened to be cool.
Okay. Elvin, you currently have a contract in Bareknuckle FC. What impressed you about this magnificent promotion, and how did your journey with them start?
I really like their whole setup. I've seen some other Bareknuckle promotions and stuff like that, and they're like the big boys. They do a really big show. They have a lot of big names, really exciting. It's a particular rule set. I was just lucky enough to get invited. I was working in Island Fights at Beach, and they were using him as a matchmaker, and he approached me. He's like, because he knows the kind of fighter I am. I just happened to be talking to him, and I asked him, "Hey, you think you can get me in there?" And he was able to do it. I came in. I got a knockout of the night on my first fight. It was a good turnout. So we just kind of kept going from there.
Elvin, you have 3 fights in this promotion, it's right?
I'm 1-2.
Okay. What was your most difficult moment, and what was the most beautiful in your career?
Bareknuckle career or overall?
Bareknuckle and MMA. I know you have a lot of fight in MMA.
Well, yeah. I think in MMA, I think probably one of the hardest things I ever dealt with in MMA was getting my arm broken when I was 6-0 at the time. Actually, I got my arm broken in the fight. It was a hometown fight. I was here in Puerto Rico fighting, and I got my arm broken in the first round, and I fought all 3 rounds with my arm broken. I still ended up winning a unanimous decision. It was really, really hard to overcome just to get through the fight. And I did win. I ended up winning unanimous. A lot of people didn't even notice I got my arm broken, but it was a long road to recovery. And people tell me there was a chance I was never going to fight again. I was able to come back. It was a long road, but I was able to come back and be MMA champ. I was able to be champion Island Fights, and I've been able to still be able to pursue doing things I love. As far as the most beautiful thing, I think I would say either starting my career or just being able to still do what I love, even after something like that,
Elvin, we know that fighters are paid very little. How are the backs related to the match in Bareknuckle FC?
How's the pay according to the matching?
Yeah.
Well,
Is
yeah, I mean, a lot of the top guys, they get paid pretty good. I mean, we all get. I mean, compared to a lot of MMA fighters, we get paid better than most MMA people. There's like upward mobility. There's opportunity for many fights, but obviously you got to fight your way to it, you know. But nobody hands you anything in the fight game, especially bare knuckle, you know.
Elvin, how hard is to fight in Bareknuckle FC? We know there are no gloves. You can only fight with the bare hands.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You can define hard. I mean, it's easier for me to fight bare knuckle. It's more. I would say it's more. You know, mixed martial arts is a very grueling sport. It's grueling on the body. I think what's different than with bare knuckle is it's more high stakes. It's just, every punch does damage, has the potential to end the fight. You know, and it's really fast paced. And, you know, and there's a lot of very small technicalities that you don't even realize until you're in there. And I really, you know, I enjoy the technical aspect of it, you know. But it's not for everyone because it's a very tough sport, and I mean you're almost guaranteed to bleed every time, you know. And it's a warrior sport, you know. It's a gentleman sport, but you know it's a true fighting sport. It's the truest form of fighting, you know. And I think that's what I like about it, you know. There's no playing around, you know. There's no time to stall or anything. It's just, you know, it's just man to man, you know, and fisticuffs, you know. It's as real as it gets, you know.
It's so hard. It's so hard. It's Elvin, on the 24th in July, you will return to fight against Caleb Harris.
Caleb Harris, yeah.
How are preparing to face this guy?
Well, Caleb Harris, he's a very particular fighter because he's a very tough guy, and he's got a lot of heart, and he's got a lot of knockout power. He's taller than me, but I'm used to fighting taller guys. So what I've been preparing is this is a 165. I've just been taking advantage of the opportunity to just get heavier so I could throw heavier punches and you know, still maintaining my speed. And I'm just going to use my speed and my technical, just being more superior technically than him in bare knuckle and just making him pay for his mistakes, you know, and just I think that's going to be the biggest difference is my experience and just my technical ability as a striker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use what I'm good at, you know. I mean, you got to acknowledge what he's good at because he's got really good power. He punches good down the middle, and the guy never stops. He's tough. I mean, he's got one of the biggest knockouts in bare knuckle career, if not the biggest knockout. You know, he's a lot of people think if it, you know, some people might expect him to win the fight because he had a battle with Jim Allers his last fight, and when I fought Jim Allers, he caught me early. You know, Jim Allers didn't beat me up, but he did catch me early, and I wasn't able to continue. So a lot of people maybe expect him to beat me because of that, but you know, styles makes fights, man. This is bare knuckle, and I'm not gonna get caught. You know, this is gonna be my night. You know, I need this fight more than him, so I think that's a big factor. Also, I'm not coming in there for the money. You know, this bare knuckle is prize fighting, but like I love this sport. No, I'm actually coming. I'm fighting to stay in the sport. So I have that advantage, and you know, I'm coming to win. Caleb's an awesome dude. I'm coming, you know, but I'm taking the win.
Elvin, you also have a lot of matches in the MMA. Would you like to go back to doing MMA after the bare knuckle career?
Yeah, I mean, I love MMA, and I'm sure I have a couple fights left in me MMA. This is where I'm at right now, and I do one fight at a time. This is the fight that's in front of me right now. And I have certain goals in bare knuckle that I want to accomplish, so I'm just gonna go after it while I can. You know, if things don't work out in MMA and bare knuckle, I could always do MMA. I mean, but you know, I would just like to go do this as long as I can. I fought 3 fights already in bare knuckle. You know, one thing I learned about bare knuckle is that, you know, I'm good at it. I'm good at it. You know, it's and I watch me fight. You know, I take very little damage when I fight. And it's a very grueling sport. It's a tough sport. It's very how you could say it's very raw. But I mean, that's my thing. But I do plan on doing MMA again. You know, I lost my last fight in MMA, so I wanna make sure I come back and will win. That'd be good to see that. Yeah.
Elvin, after the match against Caleb Harris, would you like to face someone in particular for the future?
Well, we were in the 160. We're fighting 165. You know, we both lost in the tournament. You know, and I want gold. I still want to fight for the championship. So I would love to get a rematch with either Palomino or me and Palomino. You know, our last fight, it was a great fight. I think I was a little too laid back in that fight. I was having a little too relaxed, but it was still a very awesome fight. And I mean, I would love to have a rematch with that, even a rematch with Jim. Me and Jim never really got the fight, so I would love to just climb back up the ladder. You know, that's what I want to do. If not at 155, at 165. Now, I might just be happy at 165. So I would have to drop down and fight at 155. But I mean, you know, I'm willing to fight anybody they put in front of me that's on the path to gold. You know, that's what I'm looking for.
Final question, Elvin. What are your plans for the future?
Future? I mean, besides fighting as much as I can, you know, I plan on, you know, I'm trying to work. I'm building a home out here in Puerto Rico, and you know, expanding my little my farming and stuff like that. But man, I just plan on fighting and training. I plan on doing some community work here in Puerto Rico, working with you know, doing some boxing with some kids out here, because we really need it out here. And that's where I started fighting, here with doing community work. So I want to give other people the same opportunity. But you know, my plan is just kind of, you know, just do my thing, man. I do plan on fighting as much. I mean, I really want to fight as much as I get a chance to, you know. And a lot of bare knuckle guys, like almost every time they fight, it's like their last fight. It's such a grueling sport. But you know, it's different. For me, it's different. I want to take it as long as I can. Yeah.
Elvin, thanks for your time. It was a pleasure to talk with you. Do you have something to say to your fans and who follow you from the Italy?
Oh man, if you get a chance, please watch this fight. You know, this is a comeback fight for me, and I always do good with my comebacks. Expect the knockout. So just enjoy my fight. We're doing this one for the fans, you know, because and right now fights, you know, it's a good relief for everybody. We all need it right now. We all need some way to vent. So just tune in and enjoy the show.
Thank you, Elvin.
Thank you, brother. You have a good day.